Gotcha, you bastard. Alright, so because I've taken material off both the valve seat and the valve itself, that's going to push the valve further inside the head, messing up the valve lash, which is the distance between your camshaft lobe and your bucket. Typically, you'd use these little bastards, Shims, to adjust your valve lash, but because I'm pretty much going to need to replace every single one of them, and they run about $10 each, that's $160 odd plus postage that I'm not going to be able to spend on more performance parts. So what I'm going to do instead is put my camshafts in with the buckets and the shims that I've already got, measure the clearances, and instead of using shims, just take a slice off the top of the valves. Now obviously this is only going to work in a situation where you need to increase your clearance, because you can't add material to the top of the valve. Right, here's the scores. These are all the clearances that I got. X means no clearance, which means I got no feeler gauges in at all. Here I've worked out what I've got to take off each valve, and I've converted it to thousandths of an inch because that's what the machine uses. For the valves that had no clearance, I'm just going to be taking off 0.3 and 0.2 right in the middle of the spec, so hopefully that'll be alright. Here's the contraption I'm going to be using. You can see down here, maybe. Come on. You can see down here I've got thousandths of an inch on this dial here. 10, 20, 30 and 40. 0 is 40 being 1 mil. We've got a clamp for the valve, a thingo for the head, and then you just grind the end off like that. All the valve tips have been ground, and I've put the valve train back together for hopefully the last time. Now I've just got to check all the clearances and make sure I didn't fuck it up. Here's the second set of scores. They're looking a lot better. The intake side is almost fucking schmicko. We've just got to fix those two there that were originally no clearance. On the exhaust side we've got 3 that are maybe a little bit too much clearance. That's within spec. So we got 28 to 38, but I would like those to be 30. And then we've got 3 that are too small. So what I'm going to do now is pull it all back apart and see if I can switch some shims around to get the clearances a bit more even. And also cut these 2 again. And maybe this one, because that one's way too small. Here's what I've done. I've pulled out all the buckets and shims that could stand to be changed. I measured them all with a micrometer. And the ones with a cross through them, not that one, the 4 with a cross through them, I've actually switched the shims around and corrected 1, 2, 3. Corrected 3 clearances, and I've got 4 to regrind. I'm not going to bore you with doing all that stuff again, just rewind the video if you want to see it. Hope you found this video useful. If you did, click like, maybe subscribe if you want to see more. See you next time.